Deep in the jungle lived a mighty tiger. His name was Tigris. Tigris was big and strong. He had stripes like the shadows of the tall jungle trees. All the animals knew Tigris. They knew to respect him. They knew to fear his mighty roar. One day Tigris was hungry. He stalked through the jungle. His sharp eyes looked for prey. He sniffed the air with his big pink nose. Soon he would eat. It was the way of the jungle. Tigris came to a clearing. A small deer stood there. It was drinking from a pool of water. Tigris crouched low to the ground. He was ready to pounce. This would be an easy meal, but just then a sound made him stop. It was a giggle. It came from the bushes behind the deer. Tigris twitched his whiskers. Who was there? He had never heard a sound like that before. Whiskers was a little cat. She lived in the village near the jungle. Unlike the other cats, Whiskers was very curious. She loved to explore. Her favorite place to explore was the jungle. One day Whiskers snuck away from the village. She went into the jungle. The trees were tall and green, the air was warm and smelled of flowers. Whiskers loved the jungle. She came to a clearing. A small deer stood there drinking water. Whiskers thought the deer was very pretty. She wanted to get closer. She crept forward and hid behind a bush. Then Whiskers saw something else. It was a tiger. It was big and scary, but also beautiful. Whiskers forgot to be scared. She giggled. The giggle startled the deer. It looked up and saw Tigris. The deer ran away as fast as it could. Tigris was angry. His dinner was gone. He turned to face the bush. He growled, a deep rumbling sound.
Who's there?
He roared. Whiskers was scared now. She had never heard a tiger roar before, but she was also curious. She peeked out from behind the bush.
Hello?
She squeaked. Tigris couldn't believe his eyes. A tiny cat was looking at him. It was the smallest creature he had ever seen. He could crush her with one paw.
What are you doing here? Don't you know this is my jungle?
I'm just exploring. My name is Whiskers. What's your name?
Tigris was surprised. This little cat wasn't afraid of him. She was talking to him like he was just another animal.
I am Tigris.
That's a nice name. It's almost as nice as Tigger.
Tigger?
Yes, he's a friend of mine. He's a big bouncy tiger just like you.
Tigris had never had a friend before. He didn't know what to say. Whiskers came out from behind the bush. She walked right up to Tigris. She rubbed against his leg.
You're not so scary,
she said. Tigris looked down at Whiskers. She was so small and soft, he couldn't imagine hurting her. He let out a soft chuckle. It wasn't a roar, but it wasn't a growl either. It was something new. Whiskers purred. She liked the sound of Tigris's chuckle. From that day on, Tigris and Whiskers were friends. They would meet in the clearing every day. Tigris learned that it was okay to be gentle. Whiskers learned that even big, scary tigers could be kind. They were an unlikely pair, but they were the best of friends.